So since the election, we have had a group of people that have been looking into a number of things, a number of issues that have come up and that have been raised. And we felt it important at this point to share what we have found to date. We've heard many stories about, for example, non-Canadian citizens who have voted in this election. We found other cases where an individual went to vote and was told they couldn't vote because somebody had already voted. Somebody had already registered a vote in their name. Found another incident, for example, where an individual was registered as voting who said they didn't vote. We have found a case where there have been at least almost 24 ballots that were cast from people who are not registered or not currently, sorry, let me rephrase that, whose place of residence that was on Elections BC is not where they currently live. One of the more serious issues we have found was associated with a care facility, a seniors' home, where 21 mail-in ballots were cast. Mail-in ballots where the voting station was just 80 meters across the road from where this facility was located. And individuals in that facility have come forward with affidavits with regards to voting, regards to what happened associated with that. There's concern that these votes, that a third party has come in and been partaken and part of how these votes were cast and done. It is a serious concern that needs to be looked into with regards to an investigation. There are other issues that have come up around the whole process and what has gone on. For example, there was one individual, I just read about this morning, who just became a Canadian citizen 3 days before voting and was never asked whether or not they were a Canadian citizen when they voted. And to me, that's concerning, because the number one thing that Elections BC should be doing is to make sure that people who vote are Canadian citizens. That is the core of our democracy. That's the core of what we do. And the first and foremost is to repeat our call for an independent review of the election process. Because after all, this current election that we just went through was acting on the Election Act of 2019, which was authored by David Eby. The whole process of this election, it rests on David Eby's shoulders when he was Attorney General in terms of what has come forward here. We actually think there are many people who have voted who may not be Canadian citizens. We have heard of hundreds